Hello, I'm Paul Pluta from Paul Pluta Prestige, and today I'd like to talk about the Patek 5110 World Time. And I've got to tell you, I've got to confess, as long as I've been into luxury wristwatches, especially Pateks, the 5110 has held a very special place in my heart. And I may have not known what model reference it was. I may have not known what metal I even wanted. But now I come to think of it, the one that I wanted. This is years ago when I first came into the Patek collecting phase. Is a platinum 5110 because it was a white metal. And it had the bluey center, and I just adored it. I thought it was the most wonderful wristwatch if ever you had an aim in life. And you know, it's quite interesting. The World Time itself is just such a magnificent piece. And the 5110, it's been replaced now by the 5130, which is a slightly bigger case. It's using, instead of a 37mm case, it's using a 39mm case. But I gotta be honest, I love the 37mm case. My Patek 5107 is 37mm. My 5035 is in 37mm. So for me, I'd probably go for a 5110 instead of the current model, which is an interesting thing to say. But the World Time itself, a magnificent piece by Patek. It uses the Patek automatic 240 movement as the base for this World Time. And the interesting thing about the 240 movement is it's the one that uses the micro rotor, whereas the big full rotors, they're then like the 315 or the 324 movement. They got the big rotor. The micro rotor is quite an interesting thing. It's a very interesting way to make an automatic. And I've got to say, yes, it is an aim in my life to eventually acquire a World Time. And I'd any metal, whether it's platinum, white gold, yellow gold, or rose gold, would be fine. I can certainly say that all of them are cool. And the World Time itself, what a magnificent piece. And I've got to say, you know, after I acquired a few Pateks, I bought and, well, I didn't have them at the same time, but I bought one, then sold it, acquired another one, sold it. I sort of thought, well, what would I really want? You know, what's my dream? And my dream was always to have a Patek World Time, and secondary to that was to have a Patek with many dials, like many eyes, like an annual calendar or a chronograph. And I've got to say, you know, when you think about it, I think the World Time is one of the greats in the Patek lineup, and it's just a magnificent, wonderful piece, and I absolutely adore them. And I know they're expensive. You know, this is the thing. They are a very expensive piece to obtain. But you've got to have an aim or a goal in life. Otherwise, you know, you sort of what's the point in any of this stuff? But the Patek 5110. What a magnificent piece. Okay, let's do the scoring. For the brand itself, 10. For the significance of this model in the range, I'm going to give it a 10. For the movement, 10. For the quality and workmanship of the piece, 10. And finally, the Paul Pluta Prestige rating, I'm going to give it a 10. Perfect score, 50 points. I'm Paul Pluta from Paul Pluta Prestige. I hope you've enjoyed this review.